I want to make one more video about something. You know, I want to tell you what's been happening to people who aren't as lucky as I am. And when I say that I'm lucky, you know, something like, I'm not sure what, living with this in a healthy state is actually incredibly frustrating and isolating. But I'll tell you what happens to people who don't, that I have come across, that don't do as well. One woman in particular, you know what kept happening to her, and I could see this. What happened to her is that the pressure that was coming down on her between the shrinks and the family and all this stuff, what happened is finally that she would snap into a dissociative state and then wake up from a blackout and not remember what happened. And the last time she did try to commit suicide. So by the time, you know, she was in the hospital, you know, from trying to commit suicide, and sure, she got to the rehab and they understood and everything. But I mean, this woman lost all her credibility. I mean, she was like a suicide risk. And she was also in a psychotic rage, you know, and had tried to get back, you know, by doing things like smashing the windows of her husband's car out and stuff. And now she was considered a danger to herself and others, and simply couldn't get any credibility. That's one thing that happens. You know, there was another one. There's something similar like that. The sort of the psychic damage it does. I mean, eventually did. So I'm saying, like, this is doing an enormous amount of damage. The kind of tactics, and it'd be interesting to know where it comes together and where it goes. You know, and what to look for. I mean, the point is, you know, I really don't. I mean, you know, it'd be interesting to know what else. But I'm saying, like, the danger of this kind of thing, it's happening all over the place. This misuse of the behavioral sciences, and it does destroy lives. And you know, but lives like mine that were, I mean, this is like a surreal thing. I mean, to be in the, you know, who am I going to tell about this kind of thing? And the thing is, I haven't really detailed the whole thing here, and it took place over a long period of time. And when it got out of hand is when I was trying to get out of it. And part of what I found out is I had not realized how aware they were that I might try to get out of it, and how much they were willing to do to stop that. I mean, I never confronted or anything in the beginning, and I was making all kinds of plans, but they were obviously very aware that I was making those efforts, and just thing after thing after thing, they knew everything to do to turn this person into someone who was incredible. And the thing is, I did not, but people, you know, I was told at the last trial where you have to get an attorney. I mean, people did not believe me, but it's a matter of, they can do this without really, you know, well, you do end up living in a bit of a split reality in the sense that, you know, no one's going to believe this, or that it happened, or anything like that. But I've seen the consequences of people. And by the way, there are the mysterious suicides. It isn't no mysterious suicides. I mean, it's not mysterious. I know full well they were under some kind of incredible pressure. And the same thing happened to me. But the thing is, I just didn't feel like doing that, and I just continued to move forward. But you know, I'm saying that this is a very dangerous thing. This misuse of the behavioral sciences, and I'd like to know what to do. I mean, you know. Be interesting to just so if anyone knows anything about this whole phenomenon, I could share more about what's happening to me. But I've given very sort of I've put out a little bit of information to tell you I've had a taste of this thing. I can tell you some more startling things, but just to see if anyone has anything to say about what anything to do with this. And not I mean, it's not enough to say, like, I see these people that put up this stuff about fucking mind control and everything, and people do answer them like, yeah, don't let them win, don't let them win. That doesn't explain anything. I mean, what do you know? I mean, what do you know? I mean, okay, it happens, but I mean, like, what do you know about this? And like, what? Because it's got to be like a bit of you know, something to put the pieces together a little bit. It's been very hard to pin down, and I've been keeping track of this basically by myself in a lot of ways. So, I mean, you know, I'd be interested to know if anyone knows anything. Not, you know, yeah, me too, you know, don't let them do it. No, they did it, but I'm saying, like, I mean, it's going on a wide scale, but I'm saying, like, just, do you know anything that, what's the story? So we'll see. And by the way, at this time, I'm safe enough to, you know, I mean, I looked at getting a private detective and seeing if I want to like snoop around into some things. I mean, I just don't want. I was recommended to get an attorney, but I'm not going and like talking to an attorney just yet. Um, I don't want to talk to an attorney just yet because like I don't want to be treated like I'm not credible at this time, and I'm pretty burned out. But I'd like to hear. And this woman who's been putting up these things, about somewhere between like about 12 videos. I'd love to hear more about that. This woman from Boston. What exactly does she think is taking place with her? Because that's interesting. Because, you know, like I said, I don't believe that my involvement in political activities had anything to do with this, but that's interesting. She seems to see it as a different type of thing, and you know, but you know, we'll just let's find out what people know about this sort of thing.